Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. How safe is your IRA? Not from economic ups and downs, but from your own vulnerability to scammers. While financial scams are often perceived as targeting senior citizens, younger generations are equally susceptible. Two examples that I can give you of people who suffered serious financial consequences after being conned into liquidating their IRAs can be found in articles at law firm Newswire and MoneyWise. One woman was persuaded to move her assets to a fraudulent program called the IRA Reboot, and another withdrew IRA funds to fund life coaching courses that failed to provide promised support and education. So let's explore a couple of ways to protect yourself from similar costly mistakes by becoming more aware of the emotional factors behind them. And the first is to never make a distribution from an IRA or 401k without seeking professional advice. We often overestimate our ability to handle complex financial decisions without the expert help that we really need. We may not even understand that decisions we're making really are complex. There's many money scripts that come into play around the idea of asking for advice, such as consulting a professional means I'm stupid, or this is too trivial to bother an expert about, or I should know the answer. There are instances where distributions from IRAs and 401ks are allowed for hardships, yet the rules about those distributions still are complex. Spending a few $100s to have an expert help you navigate those rules could save you years of litigation and thousands in taxes and penalties. If you are ever tempted to liquidate, take a withdrawal from, or borrow from a retirement plan, don't act. Just say no until you've spoken with a professional. The second point is to be aware of high pressure sales tactics. Scammers often use the urgency and pressure to push their victims into quick decisions, tapping into a scarcity bias that bypasses someone's rational thinking. This is a good time to practice a strategy many parents find useful. If you insist on having an answer right now, the answer is no. Always take your time to research and to consult with a neutral advisor who's not trying to sell you something. Next, check credentials and reviews. Confirmation bias can lead us to not only seek information that supports what we want or what we already believe. Instead, look for both positive and negative reviews of any educational, career, or investment opportunities. Verify the credentials of companies and individuals through independent sources. Surprisingly often, just a quick internet search can show you all the red flags that you need. Now, I'll give you an example with Future Income Payments Inc., the sponsor of IRA Reboot. I Googled them, and there's all sorts of red flags. Beware of promises that sound too good to be true, such as guaranteed high returns with little or no risk. This exploits optimism bias, where people believe they are less likely than others to experience negative outcomes. No legitimate investment or business opportunity can guarantee returns. Next, diversify your information sources. Relying solely on one source of information can lead to the availability heuristic, where immediate examples have a disproportionate influence on decisions. I recommend that you consult several experts and sources, including those with differing viewpoints. This is going to give you a much broader foundation for your decisions. Be aware of commitment and consistency bias. Once we have committed money or time, we often feel compelled to continue investing to justify our initial decision. This was true with the person that initially took out $17,000 to fund the life coaching lessons, which didn't work. She drew out another $18,000 to try and continue to get that knowledge, and it still didn't work. So the point is, emotionally, it's not easy to recognize when we are throwing good money after bad and be willing to cut our losses. Finally, have the courage to accept that all of us have cognitive biases. We all have money scripts, and all of these can make us more vulnerable to scams. Financial swindlers do not discriminate by age. None of us are invincible. To protect ourselves against skilled, unscrupulous con artists, we all can benefit from more awareness of our own emotions and more willingness to ask for help. Thanks for listening.